There are more than 400,000 NCAA student athletes. NCAA on Campus is their story.
On this edition of NCAA on Campus, we're taking you to art school. In San Francisco, the Academy of Art University has been around since 1929, but the Urban Knights only became an official member of the NCAA this past fall, 83 years after its founding. And in March, the Urban Knights went out and made NCAA history by winning the women's indoor track title in their first season of eligibility. Vashti Thomas scored in 5 individual events, winning in the long jump and the 200-meter race. To tell us more about these artist athletes, here is Academy of Art multimedia major and track athlete, Jessica Raymond.
Welcome to Academy of Art University. Our campus is the city of San Francisco. We have classes in more than 40 different buildings in the city. Fine arts painter and Sunset Magazine creative director Richard S. Stevens established this school in 1929. His son succeeded him in 1951, and his granddaughter, Dr. Elisa Stevens, became the president in 1992. Today, we have about 12,000 undergrad students and 21 majors in fields such as fashion, illustration, game design, jewelry, music production, and animation. Now, not too many people associate arts with athletics, but when we started our athletic program in 2008, we had no intentions of sitting on the sidelines and sketching. Track and field coach Charles Ryan told us to make history, not excuses. And led by Vashti Thomas, that's exactly what we artist athletes did at this year's NCAA Indoor Championship.
When the team knew we were going to be national champions, everybody just started crying. The girls were in the huddle for the 4x4, just tears everywhere, coach is crying. And I was just like, oh my goodness, you guys are such a mess. But I loved it. I loved everybody, how passionate they were.
Winning a championship in our inaugural season in the NCAA is a source of so many different things, but mostly a lot of hard work and dedication from a fantastic group of athletes. It's hard to describe how good Vashti Thomas is. The thing that makes her as great as she is her mental drive. I've coached very few more talented athletes than her, but none of them had her mental capacity, none of them had her drive. She's just absolutely fearless, and she will do anything it takes, to make herself the best.
Vashti was one of the nation's top recruits coming out of high school. She accepted a scholarship to Division I Texas A&M and helped the Aggies win NCAA championships in 2009 and 2010. But something was missing in her life.
Vash was doing well in track, but kind of unhappy with her academic things that she was doing, and she was looking for a transfer.
Track was the only thing that was really working for me there. And I spent most of my time drawing and doing art type stuff in class anyway, so I figured might as well go to a school where I could do it for actual homework and go towards something instead of just being a thing to distract me from class.
The decision to leave the Division I National Championship team was not really an issue for her. For her, it was about her passions, and her passion is art and her passion is track, and she wanted to be a situation where she could do both. They granted her a release, and it was the easiest recruiting job I've ever had in my life. We got the paperwork. I called her up. I said, Ms. Thomas, we have your release. Do you want to come to school? And before I could even get the sentence out, she's like, yes, what do we got to do?
I've always known that I've been interested in drawing. I've never stopped. They've continued from the little drawings on the refrigerator till now. I've never stopped. At the Academy of Art, it's really concentrated. Like whatever you want to do, for instance, I'm an illustration major, and it's just illustration. If you're really passionate about art, this is the place that you need to be. It's just so limitless, and then it's in such an inspiring city. There's inspiration everywhere. As an artist and as an athlete, I think they go hand in hand. They're both dealing with patience. And to be an artist, sometimes you have to be patient with your art. You have to, wait for it to develop. You have to look at it. You have to examine it. And with practice, sometimes you have to look at yourself, see what you're doing. You have to wait because the results aren't going to come overnight. You have to put in work. So I think the work ethic is the same.
Vashti's athletic work will reflect into her work ethics going to the track for her. and training so many hours. That sets your mind into a very disciplined zone that you can later on translate into your work ethics. And I think she has the right discipline. So whenever she wants to transition, it's going to be easy for her.
Vashti Thomas, she's a great athlete because she comes to practice with one goal, and that's to get better each practice. And she inspires all of the young athletes coming in. Seeing her work hard inspires all of us to work hard.
The transition from NCAA Division I to Division II was never an issue for Vash.
In track, it doesn't matter. Divisions don't apply because if you're fast, no matter where you're at.
Track and field is a very individual sport, and if you are good enough and fast enough, you'll get to run in every competition that you see fit against the best of the best. At the beginning of the year, we sat down in my office and we started talking about, how the season was going to play out and what the plan was. And the first thing out of her mouth was, well, what do we have to do to win nationals? And she was very adamant that since she was returning for her senior year, that she wanted to put the university on the map and bring home this team title.
Coach Ryan said that if I wanted to win the Bowerman Award, I was going to have to make history. And I was like, okay, let's go.
I thought it was a little nuts, to be truthful, but the schedule laid it out to where it was doable. And once she got it in her head that she could do it, there was no stopping her. She was like, no, we're doing this. At the National Championships indoors, she competed in the 60 hurdles, the 200 meters, the long jump, and the triple jump. I knew she could handle it physically, but that's such a daunting task. I mean, you're talking 10 competitions over a 48-hour period, prelims, finals, and she did it.
First day was the long jump final, the hurdle prelims, the 60 prelims, and the 200 prelims. I slept so good that night because I was so tired. Oh my goodness. So that ice bath felt so good.
Vashti won the long jump, finished second in the 60-meter hurdles, fourth in the triple jump, and seventh in the 60-meter dash. Her final event was the 200.
The meet wasn't sealed until the women's 200, where, Vash had run, at this point, nine events. It's the 200-meter finals, and she is up against the defending champion. Vash is not a 200-meter runner. That's not her event. We didn't go into that event expecting her to come out of there with the championship in that event. She went out there and she dethroned the champion and dropped her PR from 23.7 all the way down to 23.43. And that's just not done. I've never seen anything like that.
Vashti scored 35 of her team's 59 points in the indoor championship. The coach expects Vashti to win Olympic gold someday, and she plans to focus on the long jump and 100-meter hurdles after graduation, and to use her Academy of Art illustration degree to become a tattoo artist.
Honestly, I've always been drawing on myself and on other people, and it's so much fun, and to be able to give some people a memory that they can have for as long as they live, that's pretty awesome.
I'll wait till she's, real established in the industry and all of that, and then I will definitely let her give me a tattoo, but not yet.
You can follow Vashti and the Academy of Art Urban Knights on NCAA.com as they compete in the NCAA Division II Outdoor Championships May 23rd through 25th in Pueblo, Colorado. Good luck to all the teams, and thanks for watching NCAA on Campus.